Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Montasar Eid Sharif. So today we're gonna get into deep about the details of the the structure of these sentences. The first, we're gonna start with the simple present tense, the meaning and the use of this tense. The simple present tense. We use the present simple for things that we do regularly, facts and truths, habits, permanent situations. Things that we do regularly, like I check my email every day. I go to work at 8 p.m. Facts and truths, like the sun rise every day, the sunrise. Habits, permanent situation, like the trains run at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. every day. We often use adverbs of frequency and time expressions like every day, once a week, on Friday. I check my email every day. Regular activity. So this is the first thing we already described. Things that we do regularly. I check my email every day. So every day means that I'm doing that verb every day. I'm doing that activity every day. I will not lose any single day. Every day means that 7 days a week, or 30 days a month, or 31 days a month. Cheryl works at the bank, permanent situation. So she's working at the bank. She's working at the bank. So she's still working at the bank. So her work at the bank. The second tense is continuous or progressive present. Continuous or progressive present. Continuous or progressive present, that things that are happening now at the time we are speaking. At the time we are speaking. Temporary situations, activities that are in progress. We often use time expressions like at the moment. So see, at the moment, today, this week. Just a minute. I'm checking my email now. Now. I'm reading now. I'm lecturing now. So now means that the activity is in progress or is happening now. I'm checking my email now. She usually works in London. She usually works in London, but she's working from home this week. She's working from home this week. So she's working in London, so that's permanent. Or she usually works in London, so that's permanent, which is simple present tense. But when we go to she's working from home this week, means, so see, this week means that this is a temporary situation, which leads us to the temporary situation, the next things that the present continuous use. I'm studying economic. I am studying economic. So now I am studying economic, or activity in progress. So the simple present tense and continuous or progressive tense. The other tense is present perfect. Present perfect. The meaning and the use of the present perfect. We have the positive and negative and the question. So for the positive, the present perfect is made with subject, have, has, and after have, has, as we described before, that we have the past participle. The past participle. التصريف الثالث للفعل. I have taught English in Italy and in Russia. I have. I have. After have, the past participle. Taught from teach. Taught from teach. Teach, taught, taught. The past participle of teach is taught. I have taught English in Italy and in Russia. Johnny Depp has starred, and after has starred, ed, in lots of brilliant films. That's in positive, but if we have a negative situation or negative sentence, we're gonna have not. We're gonna have not negative. The negative present perfect is made with subject plus have, has, not plus past participle. I haven't seen the first Bond film. I haven't. After have, regardless, not, we're gonna have the past participle. Have, after have, we will change the verb from the first situation to the past participle. See, saw, seen. I haven't seen the first Bond film. I haven't seen the first Bond film. And if we have a question sentence, in any question sentence, or if I want to change any sentence to a question sentence, we're gonna have the helping verb. We're gonna transfer the helping verb from its original position to the first of the sentence. So we're gonna have, has plus subject plus past participle. Present perfect question are made from question word, have, has, subject, past participle. Sometimes we will use ever or never. We often use the present perfect with the words ever or never. Ever mean at any time in someone's life. We usually use ever in questions. Has he ever worked in China? Has he? So with he, we should use has. He, she, it, we use has. I, they, we, you, we use have. Has he ever worked in China? No, he hasn't. Never means not any time, in someone's life. I have never seen the first Bond film. I have never, or I haven't, so it means that this time, but I have never mean in my whole life I haven't seen Bond's film or the first Bond film. So we will have a review about the past participle. Past participle has two situations. The first situation, we will change the entire word to another word or to another picture, but sometimes we will add ed to the verb as regular. The past participle is the third form of the verb. For example, with the verb to see, the three forms are see, saw, seen. We use the past participle in present perfect sentence with ever and never. Have you ever eaten sushi? Have you ever eaten? Because eat at eaten. We have, and we should change the form of the verb to the third form of the verb. So eat at eaten sushi. I have never seen the first Bond film. Regular and irregular verbs. So the regular verbs, we will only add ed to the verb, to the second and the third form of the verb, like look, looked, climb, climbed, want, wanted, first, second, third. But the irregular, some verbs are irregular. Here are some of them, like become, become, eat at eaten, forget, forgotten, give, gave, given. And we have like a bunch of verbs. They are around 100 or 98 irregular verbs. You need to memorize them. You need to rewrite them to memorize every single verb. Past simple and past continuous. Same as we have the simple present and present continuous or progressive. We have past simple and past continuous. The meaning and the use of them for the past simple and past continuous. We use the past simple for something that happened and finished in the past. Happened and finished in the past. We use it when we say or know the time. When see this, when we say or know the time when something happened. It's often used in stories. When one thing happened after another. Last year we traveled. Last year it's in past simple tense. We traveled by jeep across the Sahara. When the car stopped, we all got out, traveled, and then stopped, traveled, and then stopped, traveled by jeep, and then when the car stopped, the like the verb after stopped, we all got out. We use the past continuous for something that happened in the past but was not finished at a particular time. This can be an exact time in the past, like 12 o'clock, etc., or the time when another thing happened. It was 12 o'clock and we were standing in the sun. Mick was checking the engine when the rescue helicopter arrived. Mick was checking. Mick was checking the engine when the rescue helicopter arrived. We also use the past continuous to describe a scene or situation in the past or for an action that continued for some time. The stars were beginning to come out. The dog was barking loudly. The form for the past simple, for the positive, we have positive and we should have negative. Positive and we should have negative. For the positive, for regular verbs, the past simple ends in ed, as we said before. Any past simple, we like the second form of the verb, and we can call it as the second form of the verb. We should add ed to the end of the verb. Irregular verbs have different forms or different pictures or different shapes. The past simple form is the same for all persons: I, you, he, she, it, and etc. Suddenly the jeep skidded and stopped. Jake thought that we have a puncture. A puncture. Puncture, it's the same puncture. Like it's a hole in the tire. Jake thought that we have a puncture. That's the positive form. And if we have the past continuous and positive, we have the past simple and positive, but we also have the past continuous, the positive form. The past continuous is subject plus was, were, plus ing, same as in simple continuous tense. But the difference is in the simple continuous we have is, are, but in the past continuous we will have was, were. You need to know that the verb in simple tense, simple plus ing, in both the past continuous and in the like in the simple present continuous, past and the present continuous, the verb stay the same or remain same, but the helping verb will be different between the past continuous. We're gonna have was, were, and the present continuous we will have is, are. Fortunately, we were carrying a toolkit. Past simple negative, if we have a negative form, we make the negative past simple with didn't, didn't plus infinitive, didn't plus infinitive. Infinitive means the verb plus the complement. We didn't stay. See, if we use didn't or did, we will change the verb to the simple present tense. To the simple present tense. We didn't stay. We cannot say we didn't stayed. We didn't stayed. We can say we stayed, but we cannot say we didn't stayed. We should say we didn't stay inside the Jeep because that was even hotter. Past continuous in the negative, same as the past simple. We should have not, only not, but we cannot use the didn't in both cases. We make the negative past continuous with wasn't, weren't plus ing, wasn't, weren't plus ing. Despite the heat, Jess and Deb weren't wearing hats, weren't wearing hats. Past simple in a question. If we have a question, we will use the helping verb and the like in the beginning of the sentence. Did subject infinitive. Did subject infinitive for a person. For all persons, the short answer yes, I did. No, I did not. Did the helicopter land? Did, because we use did, the verb should be in simple present. And the desert, yes, it did. And the question, we will change the helping verb to the first or to the beginning of the sentence. So we will have the past continuous question form is was, were, subject plus ing. The short answer are yes, I was, no, I wasn't. How were you feeling when it arrived? How were you feeling when it arrived? Take notes, like spelling change. In the past, continuous, all verbs end. In the past, all verbs end in ing. Same as in present continuous, the verb stay the same, simple, not past, but the helping verb will be changed to was and were. Take, taking, hit, hitting, die, dying. Verbs we don't use in the past continuous. So there are some verbs that we don't usually use in the continuous form. They are often verbs related to the sense and thinking. For example, hear, see, smell, hate, know, understand, believe, not, want, need, seem, wish. This is wrong. Were you knowing? Were you knowing? Just when you were living in Madrid. So you cannot say knowing. You cannot say knowing because this is wrong, because this is for the sense and thinking, for the sense and thinking. So these verbs cannot be used for in the continuous form, in the continuous form. So were you knowing just when you were you knowing just when you were living in Madrid? So that's wrong. You cannot we cannot say it. Past perfect tense, past perfect, same as simple or present perfect tense, but in the past we will use had instead of has, have. So when I arrived home, my sister had already made lunch. Had, and same made, make, made. It's a regular verb, a regular verb. Here, two things happened. I arrived home, and my sister made lunch. I arrived home and my sister made lunch. We can use the past simple with a time expression like then to talk about the things in the order that they happened. My sister made lunch, then I arrived home. So you can change the orders of each sentence because we already have two sentences. We can use the past perfect next to the past simple to show which event happened first. That's one of the things we need to express. When what happened first? My son made a cake. What happened second? I arrived. So my son made a cake when I arrived, or when I arrived, I noticed my son made a cake. When I arrived home, my son had already made an enormous carrot cake. So carrot cake يعني كيكة الجزر. The present perfect continuous tense, the meaning and the use of that of this tense, as we discussed before in the second lecture. The present perfect continuous tense, we have the perfect need to have and has, and after have and has we should have the past participle, but in this tense we have continuous mean the verb should have ing. So before the ing we should have like one of the helping verb, like the be helping verb, which is, was, are, or were, or the been. Why been? Because the been is the third form of the verb be. Why we need the third form of the verb be? Because we have a have or has. I have been reading. I have been reading that new book you lent me. Or is that Joe? I have been trying. I have been trying. She already been sleeping. Been, she has after has the past participle, and the past participle here is the third form of the irregular be verb be. And sleeping for 2 hours. Why been? Because being will change the verb after it to ing, to continuous. Why change it to continuous? Because being, it's it's from be, and be after be is are, was, were, and after is was are, was, were. Well, the verb will be in ing form, and this is the form of it. And that's it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next lecture. Goodbye and have a good day.